Hello again. In writing sentences 2 today, we will be including the sounds th and v. Our teeth are on our tongue when we say both those sounds, and they are written using the same letters, T and H. Our sentences will build into a story called Both Mascots. Oh, I think one of the mascots must be a badge that's a moth. A soft moth by the look of it. So here's our first sentence. Nathan has a moth as his acting mascot. Let's write the first few words. Nathan has a. And remember, you can use Nathan as your spelling language if you'd like to. Pause the video or work along with me. Nathan has a. Well, we need a capital letter for Nathan. It's a name and the start of a sentence. Nathan. Nathan has a. The next word, moth, as his. Moth as his. Acting mascot. But try acting first. Do you need to double or just add that suffix ing? Acting. Act. Ing. Yep, it was just add because there are 2 letters after the vowel. Mascot. Mascot. And a full stop for the end of that sentence. I think he must like that badge because he can pin it on any costume that he wears. So what's the next sentence that we're writing? This smooth moth sits on his hat. Let's just write this because I think that will fit at the end of the line. This. Then smooth. Smooth. And we cross the T when we finish the word moth. Sits. Moth sits. And dot the I, cross the T when we finished writing. On his hat. On his hat. Okay, now the title said both mascots. Our first sentence is Kath's mascot is a tooth. Let's write just the first 2 words. Kath's mascot. And think about the fact that this mascot belongs to Kath when you're writing it. Kath's mascot. Capital C for Kath. And then, yep, an apostrophe S to show that it belongs to Kath. And then mascot is. I think that will fit at the end of that writing line. Is a tooth. A tooth. And we cross the T when we finished. Kath is pinning it. Maybe we'll just write is pinning to think about just add or double for pinning when we add suffixing. Is pinning. How did you get on? Yep, we needed to double that consonant N to keep the vowel short. Still saying I. Kath is pinning it to a. It to a. And then on the next line, big mammoth. Big mammoth. Moth might be your spelling language. A big mammoth. Okay, so we have 2 mascots for our actors, and both of them could be pinned onto a costume, ready to go on stage. And here's the stage. Wow, I wonder if they will be in the spotlight. Both act in Gothic Mishap. That's the name of the play. But let's just write both act in. Both. It's a something extra word. Act in. And then we haven't practiced this word, but you can hear exactly which letters to write. Gothic. Gothic. G. We need a capital G. It's the name of the play. Goth. Ick. Mishap. And that's the second word in the name of the play. So a capital letter again. Mishap. And a full stop for the end of our sentence. It is on in 2 months. Let's write the first few words. It is on. And then in, but just write the number 2 because we haven't covered all of the letters for writing the word. It, capital letter, is on in 2. And we're writing the number. And then months, we'll say it as months to get the letters right. Months. There we go. It is on in 2 months. And they're so keen that nothing can stop it. So that's our next sentence. Start with nothing And you might want to think about it as no thing. Nothing. Capital N. There we go. It looks like no thing, but we say nothing. Can stop it. Can stop it. There we are. We've written today's story. Well done. Let's have a go at using a keyboard. Now remember, when you go to do this, you can edit our story. You can add in extra bits if you'd like to. But for now, we are going to read it. We'll start here, and it shows you where we're going to end. Nathan has a moth as his acting mascot. This smooth moth sits on his hat. Kath's mascot is a tooth. Kath is pinning it to a big mammoth. Both act in Gothic mishap. It is on in 2 months. Nothing can stop it. So there's our story. But you can, if you like, make a booklet where you can draw the mascots, and you could add your name. There are some programs on an iPad for you to type it, but you might like it to be a wee jotter, and you write the words and draw your pictures. Do whatever you would like to do to go over the story again, perhaps edit it and add in your own ideas, and to read it to somebody you know. Thank you for joining me.